Hi there. Thank you for joining the live chat session. Welcome to all the participants. Three main topics for today's live chat. Let me greet the participants, then we'll start. Mesfin K, first one who commented today. How are you, Mesfin? Chafo, well, a member, first one to join today and comment. He says, hi, all. Samuel Faleke says, greetings. Dear Sajid Bhai and viewers, Saram Marasa. A new name for me, Saram Marasa. Where are you from, Saram? From Romania? And how long have you been watching my views and news? TE here, uh, drum as well. Tamaskan Dinka joined too from Frankfurt, Germany. Fitsam Kidan and Mariam joined too. Peace and love, another member. I'm fine. Peace and love. How are you? Goitiom Gizai joined too, another regular. I have seen him in live chats. John Spencer here too, Iratian. Ajibneo Jigarmol says, Salamu alaikum Sajid. How are you? Ajibneo Jigarmol. Agunafir, the story which claims Tigray is supplying weapons to Fano is a PP joke. Well, you should not call it a joke. Tigray should call it a joke. If it is a joke, then Tigray should call it a joke. We don't represent Tigray. Tigray should speak. Gitacho, you saw what Daseverde did today, what he said. Silence from Ethiopian National Defense Force. Silence from African Union. But he spoke. Share details of what will happen in southern western zones. Why can't Tigray speak about the delivery of weapons to groups? Or you can say claims about delivery of weapons to armed groups from Makale. Robert Holiday here. D. Tishome join. A new member, excited to join. Welcome, D. Tishome. A new subscriber, I think you mean, because members are those who buy membership. They click the link given in description section. They become members. Subscribers are those who become a subscriber by clicking the subscribe button. Welcome, DT Shome, on becoming a subscriber of my user news. Enghe Som photo. Hi Sajid. I think Pretoria states that non-ENDF forces should leave Tigray. The so-called Tigray, the Tigray known by the. I know, by the way, what Pretoria states. Problem is how to interpret Pretoria. This is the issue. What is Tigray for Tigray and for Amhara? Don't they see Tigray's borders differently? Hussein Hebo join. How are you, Hussein? I'm not talking about logic, Agunaf. The question is if such allegations are coming from military against Tigray, and it's the responsibility of Tigray to address these allegations. If there is silence, I mean there's something wrong. Three main topics. Firstly, we'll speak a little about. I'll speak a little about what Tadase Varede said. I did a video, but I want to add a little to my earlier video today about what Tadase Varede said about the resolution of a dispute over southern zone, western zone, and Salanti. Secondly, curfew, nighttime curfew, partial curfew imposed in Alamata city. Thirdly, shipment of weapons, supply of weapons from Makale to a group in Amhara, or you can say in Amhara Oromian border areas. This is the second shipment of weapons captured within a week in the Amhara region. Where was it captured? Was it meant for Fano fighters or Ola or Ola backed elements. MTTY said there is nothing in Pretoria deal that says land stolen from Amhara will be given to TPLF. This is what I'm talking about. That the two sides interpret Pretoria differently. Robert Holiday, Sajid, why does Ola not take out the drones? Are they in opposition? Chafo Wellwell says President Isaias has given a decree that its troops remain in high alert. Are we expecting a war in near future? I hope this information is not coming from a YouTuber. Because all day they make up videos, they make up stories about Isaias saying this. If you remember, they've been claiming that Isaias told his military to be on high alert after Tigray fighters entered Alamata. John Spencer says the borders prior to the expulsion of Eritreans from Tigray in the late 90s are the historical borders. Dark Star says hello. Yarid Birhe. Now, Agonafar is representing TPLF today. He's saying delivery of weapons from TPLF to Fano, not likely. TPLF weapon delivery to Ola, not likely as well. So he is representing TPLF. Lilo says, hi, Sajid, we are hearing today in this 6 years, it had 6,000 conflicts in Ethiopia. How can you see that? How do you see that? Let's start viewers. Tadase Owerede spoke today. Tigray is a senior most uh, military officer. He was leading the TDF. That Khan is senior to him, I think, but uh, he was the one who was leading operation during Tigray war. Tadase Owerede. The operational commander. Well, D. Tishome, I'll talk about Amhara PP tomorrow. I want to get pulse from inside. I don't want to speak before that. If you could help me about the internal dynamics in Amhara PP, which could take new shape in coming days, or the pulse from within Amhara PP, you're most welcome to contact me. But let me just get the feel from inside, then we'll talk about it. Dace, where they spoke today, and he said that for 2 days, Tigray side, Ethiopian military officers, they met END officers, and they agreed on how to resolve the issue of contested territories. They have agreed that by the end of first week of June, the issue of southern zone and Salamti will be solved. By the end of the first week of July, the issue of Welkait Tsegede western zone will be solved. All forces will be disarmed. They leave. Tigray militia leave too. Other militias, Amhara militias will leave as well. Governments here will be dismantled. IDPs will return. As he said that it is implementation of Pretoria, which has been agreed. So, some points which I want to raise. Firstly, why is that whenever there are meetings, understandings between the military and Tigray, military remains silent? Or Africa Union, the mediator, the monitor remains silent? This announcement should have been come from the federal government from the observers. Why are they silent? That is why we're questioning the severity. And secondly, can we say that Amhara PP is on board? Because groups in Amhara, they have been accusing that Amharas were not represented at talks in Pretoria, that Eritrea was not represented, Amhara not represented, though Amhara had representation in the form of PP there. But they say, Amhara groups, that they were not made part of Pretoria. And now, when a key decision is being made about the status of Western Southern Zone and Salemti, again, Amhara PP is not been taken on board. Talks between ENDF and Tigray. Today, they did not say anything about the participation of Amhara leaders, Amhara people in talks. It means that there were no Amhara leaders in talks. It was purely military engagement between TDF and Ethiopian National Defense. It means that what has been done in Southern Zone is going to be repeated in Salamti and then in Western Zone. Today, where they said that that Tigray militias will also be disarmed, will be expelled. So far, Tigray militias are in Southern Zone. They entered here. The TDF members basically. They have not withdrawn. Amhara militias have been expelled. Amhara government dismantled. Does Tigray this type of solution in Salamti in Western Zone too? Is ENDF allow Tigray fighters again to enter Humera, Welkait, Tsegede, and Salamti, and then it will try to expel them? So these are very important questions. We'll have to wait. And if TDF does not enter Western Zone and Salamti, can ENDF disarm Amhara militia there? Can ENDF dismantle Amhara provisional government there? These are important questions which should have been answered by the federal government, by the observers, but they are silent. That's where they're making big claims. Samia says, why should Amhara or Eritrea be represented? PP was represented in the talks, which is enough. Well, PP is not the only player, only stakeholder. Don't you think that Amhara PP is not the only stakeholder in Amhara region now? I think you'll see in coming days, months and years, if this resistance movement goes on, that Pano groups will emerge as one of the key players in Amhara region. Like Ola is a key player in Oromia, that is why government tried to talk to Ola, talks could not succeed. The status of Western Zone is a very sensitive issue for both Tigray and Amhara regions, for the groups in both zones. That is why, for lasting peace, it would have been better that all the relevant parties should have been on board about the solution which has been found according to today's Verede. So, today's Verede's talk seems to be premature, I think. He should have told, Tigray should have told the federal government, the observers to speak and share details. Now, ENDF is becoming controversial as well. For people in Amhara, groups in Amhara, Ethiopian military is becoming controversial. They're saying military and TPLF are cooking up something. They are forming an alliance. Amhara is being... and by the way, if Welkait is retaken by Tigray, Humera Welkait Tsegede Salamti. What will be its impact on Fano's resistance movement? Don't you think it will become stronger? Fano fighters might not head towards the western zone, Welkait Humera Tsegede. Like they're silent, they have not tried to enter southern zone. But don't you think that their narrative will sell more? They have been claiming that federal government is basically an Oromo government. It is trying to silence, torture, kill, displace Amharas. If Tigray retakes both zones, you'll see increase in public support for Fano groups. Their narrative will become stronger that the government is taking decisions in collaboration with Tigray, with TPLF, and Amhara PP is their stooge, is their proxy, and they are the true representative of Amhara interests. That is how I see. So if Fano intervenes, it will be backed by the people. I wouldn't say all people, but it will get public support. If it does not intervene, even then its narrative against the government will become stronger, I think. No, I'm not saying that Tigray should talk to Fano. I'm not saying that. Sam, yes, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it is Ethiopian federal government's responsibility. It should tell what it is going to do. It should be the responsibility of Africa Union observers to speak. Why was Tadesse Varad in a hurry to make this announcement? It should have been shared by the African Union. Perhaps then it would have been more acceptable. Now it seems as if Tigray and ENDF have agreed on something secretly. Daniel, the $1 million question, what would be the Amhara region? By the way, what's your take? What do you think? What will Amhara region do? What will Amhara regional government do? For Fano, now Amhara people is number one enemy. They said 2 days ago that for them, now the number one target is Amhara people. And after that, they'll head towards Addis Ababa. So Amhara PP will have to join Fano or it will have to fight against Fano. It cannot stay neutral. If it stays neutral, even then it is going to be seen as an enemy by Fano fighters. 3 PP leaders killed in the last 48 hours. 2 from Lasta, 1 from Shore Orbit. They were government officials, and government and PP members are basically the same. So these PP, Amhara people leaders are in danger. They're not in a position to support Fano. They're not in a position to oppose the government as well. If they oppose the government, what will they do? How will they survive? Government obviously is going to arrest them. Where is Johannes Puyalo? Where is Kashat Shagar of Addis Ababa Council? Where is Gedon Ergacho fled? Can they resist the government? They cannot resist the government while being part of the government. They'll have to join Fano if they want to resist. Can they convince the government politically through dialogue that government should not, the government should take all groups on board and should not disband Amhara militias and dismantle Amhara government there? Can they say that? No. Johannes Boyale spoke about, if you remember, months ago, last year, he spoke. He said that the North Gondar administrator said that ENDF was planning to disarm Amhara militias, dismantle Amhara government there, and that federal government is working against Amhara interests. So what happened to Johannes Boyale? In prison. Oh, in prison, still there. So Amhara PP is very weak. But I don't want to give my final conclusion. Give me some time. Let me find more information from the PP inside. Then I'll speak more on that. Dar needs to tell me, Mr. Sajid, is Fano fighting for Rai and Volkai? I told you that in both cases, Fano will emerge as a stronger party with more public backing, whether it fights for Ryan Volkait or not. Now, home architect Sajid, you are showing sympathy for traders who support tyrant against the people. No. Why did you conclude that? What made you said that? What made you say that? Secondly, viewers, curfew, limited curfew has been imposed in Alamata city. Situation relatively calm there, but still there are issues. Uh, I got information a few hours ago that restrictions have been imposed on the movement of vehicle, movement of people. They can only move during specified hours. Display of weapons, carrying of weapons, totally banned. Why is that curfew has been imposed? Obviously, Amhara militias are saying they're not based in Alamata. They say that Tigray fighters want to enter Alamata city. Secondly, some incidents have happened in the last few days, showing that there could be a conflict between Amhara and Tigrayans there. That is why federal government wants to implement its writ and authority there. It wants to stop TDF from entering Alamata city as well. Today, where they said that Tigray militia will withdraw. Will they withdraw from southern zone before federal government's new move about Welkait? Let's see. They'll stay here as residents. They are original residents. They have every right to stay here if they are live here, original residents. It will be interesting to see, by the way, what will Tigray militia members do in Ra southern zone in coming days. They might withdraw or they'll be disarmed. They'll be shown that they are disarmed. And then next move will be made towards Salamti and Volkai. S says, Fano will soon join PP. Mark my word. Okay, we'll mark your word, but just explain a little. Will Fano join PP or PP join Fano? Dark Star says, Sadid, is there any internal struggle between Amhara PP or Romia PP for dominance? Well, this home architect says we don't have a market. This fight for dominance, struggle for dominance, I think, has been ongoing for more than a year. After Pretoria, it intensified, but it never reached the level of a confrontation which could be a serious threat to the prosperity party, to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. The Abiy managed to control the situation. Maybe Amhara people knows that Oromia people is strong, that it will be a B party, it is a B party, it is a junior party, it will always be junior party. Mengistu Kitilla, you don't have any clue. Do you have any clue, Mengistu? Would you elaborate? Darni says, why would they disarm? They will just withdraw. Why would they withdraw? If they are here in Raya, anytime they can be armed. I mean, it's not difficult to send weapons. If weapons can be sent all the way from Makale to Kamise to Gondar to Bahirdar, weapons can be sent from Makale to Alamata as well. So getting armed is no problem. They would like to stay here. As IDPs, maybe. No, Mengistu says 90% of your information is fake. At least 3% is not fake. What about your comments? It seems 100% of your comments are not true. Helpful meter. Namake Zaidu and Eratia. Any moves from them? Eratia won't make a move. I've been saying that for weeks. Whatever happens in Western zone, Eratia won't involve itself directly there. That's my analysis. I don't have any information, my analysis. What will Demake do? That is open to discussion. Parabdi joined today a little late, and now he'll start against Ethiopia. Global Politica says, again war? I don't think so. Let's hope you're right. Let's pray you're right. Lastly, viewers, another shipment of weapons captured in Amhara region today, announced by the military, captured in Kamise, near Kamise. Parabdi is sleeping using voice to text. Uh, this is second shipment of weapons captured in Amhara region, about which military claims it came from Makale. 4 or 5 vehicles captured so far, intercepted by military in the last few months. Military issued statement saying that the vehicles captured started their journey from Tigray, from Makale. All these coming from Makale. One was captured near Vuldia, other near Bahida, third one near Gonda. This one captured near Kamise. And I think the military commander mentioned Shene. Government calls Ola Shene. The military, Ethiopian military commander used the word Shene. The weapons were meant for Shene, not for Fano. In Oromia special zone, we know that farmers, Oromos, are armed. Uh, Fano groups accuse them of backed by the Oromo Liberation Army. Is there Ola presence too? People say in some parts of Oromia special zone, Ola is operating. It has established some training camps. There were no. So military here is saying that the weapons sent from Makale were meant for Ola. The weapon shipments captured near Bahidar or Gondar were not meant for Ola. Maybe likely recipients were Fano. It seems now that there are groups in Tigray which are transporting weapons to groups in Amhara and Oromia, and it's business for them. It's not that Tigray as a government is backing Fano, is backing Ola. No, it seems there are enough weapons in Tigray. Tigray handed over only heavy weapons, group weapons, but there are small arms in Tigray, or proliferation of small arms, you can say. And the weapon shipments mostly carry small arms. They don't carry, obviously, tanks, artillery, etc., which Tigray has surrendered. So small arms are being transported from Tigray to other regions. There are elements in Tigray working as arms smugglers, it seems. This weapon shipment was in a vehicle was carrying cement, and weapons were hidden in this vehicle carrying cement. As says, let me respond with this comment. I cannot help responding. ENDF isn't strong force. It could fight all the regions at the same time with all its hardware. It wouldn't have any issues to keep them in check. ENDF is strong, I think you mean to say. Well, imagine an ENDF without Amhara Pano support, without support of Amhara Special Force, without support of FAR fighters, without support of Territorial military. If that ENDF had faced TDF, what would have been the result? Imagine. Yeah, Liz, today's topics, most of them were from Tigray, were about Tigray. I'm about to end. Alim joined too. He said, you used to say it's hard to differentiate between Fano supporters and civilians. Does that apply for Ola and the farmers too? Well, the civilians who support Fano are unarmed. And I always say that the people in Romia special zone, Romos, are armed there. Whether they have backing of Ola or not, it does not matter because they're armed themselves. So they fight against Fano fighters. Where do you see Fano in 2 years? Come on, 2 years is a long time. 2024, we'll see changes. Fano groups don't want to wait for 2 years. And it's too early to say. A lot depends upon how Fano groups manage to organize themselves. They're working to find allies too. It depends upon Ethiopia, Somalia, Ethiopia relations to TPLF, Addis Ababa relations as well. So let's not talk about the scenario which will unfold after 2 years. It's a long time, I would say. Michael Kidane joined too. Yamaskan joined as well. A member, welcome Yamaskan. IT says, do you see the Eritrean government being banned from celebrating celebrations Europe can be duplicated in USA? Well, I don't think Europe has banned all Eritrean celebrations. May is very crucial for Brigade Nehamido and pro-Eritrean government groups in Europe. We're seeing battles, diplomatic battles, political battles, battles of maneuvering, of PR, etc. Government of Eritrea would like its diaspora community to organize festivals in Europe in May, as in May Eritrean Independence Day falls. Again, how though are resisting, they are opposing these celebrations. What will Europe do? Which countries will ban Eritrean gatherings? What will US, Canada do? Too early to say. Even in Europe, I don't think there'll be complete ban on Eritrean celebrations. When is MOU implemented? Sajid John Spencer says, according to Dr. Isa Kay, Soiland Foreign Minister, within 2 months, the MOU will be implemented, agreement will be signed. Now we have a time duration given by Somaliland, to which Ethiopia is silent. So 38 minutes have passed. I think we should end this live chat session. Thank you for becoming part of this live chat. We talked about curfew in Alamata, limited curfew imposed there. Secondly, we talked about the Stadase Verede talk. Why is that? Ethiopian federal government is silent. Afghan Union is silent, and Tadase Verede is sharing details of what will happen to western southern zones. Announcement should have been come from federal government or the monitor African Union. Thirdly, we talked about shipment of weapons being transported from Tigray to armed groups. It seems that there are some elements in Tigray selling small arms to groups in Amhara, maybe in Oromia as well. Thank you for watching, viewers. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Alam, for buying the super chat sticker. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.